friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Savana. I am the owner and operator of Pause and Relax mobile pet grooming and Reiki services. I work out of a DIY mobile pet grooming van built by my husband, and in today's video we are going to do a quick run through of the pros and cons of mobile pet grooming. If you have found this video, you're probably on the fence. Do you switch to mobile pet grooming? Do you open a salon? Do you become a pet groomer in general? These are a lot of the topics I talk about on my channel and want to continue to talk about. In today's video, we're going to do a very quick run through because there are a lot of pros and cons and some things that fall in the category of a pro and con depending on your personality type. If you're trying to decide if mobile grooming is the right fit for you, then this is the video for you. Just stay tuned and let's get into our lists. Okay, so first of all, let's start with all the pros. Let's start off on a positive note here. So the first pro on my list is that there is little overhead with mobile pet grooming compared to working out of a salon in terms of utilities and that sort of thing. The second pro is that you service a specific type of client, and I find that you have a better client relationship because it is more one-on-one, not so much busyness going on. The third is you have the potential to charge more. This is totally an opinion-based thing to me, but I believe that if you are going to a client's house and you're providing that more one-on-one service, you can charge a higher amount for the mobile convenience fee. Another pro is that it is by appointment only. So you're not going to be having walk-ins and dealing with your day being disrupted that way. Next pro is that you get to be outside. This could also be seen as a con, but if you're a little bit of an outdoorsy person, it might be nice to be able to look outside all day while you're grooming, be out in the elements. Next one is that there's not as much going on around you while you're grooming. You're by yourself, it's one-on-one with pets, no craziness of a salon. My next pro is that you are literally driving a moving billboard. You have your branding on the outside of your unit. Going off of that last point, I find that you build clientele very fast because of the moving billboard. People are impressed with the one-on-one type of service. You come to them, it's very convenient, and also mobile grooming seems to be not as popular as salons. You have the potential to grow in many different areas. You are not held down by having to have employees. If you have a salon, you might have a lot of bills and things to pay for, so you're forced to have employees. So you have the potential to grow in the way of you create your business however you want. If you want to get more units and hire more people, you can. Next is that you work more flexible work hours. Going off of the point with having to pay more overhead at a salon, you might have to work more to pay for your rent and your utilities and all that. With a mobile unit that you just drive around, you can work when you want. You don't have to have hours where your storefront is open for walk-in nail trims and that type of thing. Right now, I just work evenings and Saturday mornings. It's very flexible. Next is that usually a mobile unit is yours. Once you pay it off, or you pay off your business loan, or if you pay for it in cash, you own that vehicle, you own that business. You don't just pay rent somewhere for a salon. Next, I find that the pets are fresher. Now, what I mean by this is with mobile grooming, the pets are in and out. You bring them out to your vehicle and they go right back in once they're done. So I find that the owners have that really good reaction of like, wow, they smell so good, they look so good. That is the best that pet's ever gonna look. At a salon, sometimes a pet is waiting in a crate for a little bit to get picked up. They might mess up their haircut. They might get a little stinky. Maybe they pee on themselves quick and the groomer doesn't notice. So yeah. Another pro of mobile pet grooming is that it can often provide the option of clients coming to you. And that is what I offer my clients right now. About half of my clients come to me and I plug into my home to groom. They pay a slightly lower rate because they drive their pet to me, or they pay a higher rate and I go to them. So it's kind of a nice option that you can have your business anywhere. So last but certainly not least, arguably the most important pros of mobile pet grooming are the benefits it provides for your pets. So mobile grooming is great for elderly or special needs pets, pets who experience car sickness or anxiety, pets where elevated stress could affect health conditions, pets who are aggressive or don't like other animals, and pets who are unable to spend long periods of time at a salon or possibly waiting to be picked up in a crate. That being said, ending up my pros list, I compare mobile grooming to salon grooming, but this is absolutely nothing against salons. I'm just kind of trying to give you the vibe of how it's different than working at a salon and what it could provide you. But next, we are going to get into the cons of mobile pet grooming because it's not always amazing. There's pros and cons to everything, both salon and mobile, so let's get into those cons. The first con on my list, and it's a pretty big one to me, is equipment breakdowns. You got to think about flat tires, you got to think about your clippers not working. I guess that could happen in a salon as well, but you're mainly worried about vehicle problems, I would say, and having to fix things on the fly. Another con is that you might potentially lock yourself out of your vehicle. This has happened to me before in -40 weather. Next con is that sometimes there's a higher initial startup cost because you are potentially buying your vehicle or your unit outright opposed to renting a building, a brick and mortar kind of place. Another con, you can only work on one dog at a time. As most of us know, time equals money with grooming because often we are paid commission, or that's just how we make our money. We don't make an hourly wage. Generally, some places do, but especially if you own your own business. So sometimes that can slow down the process if you can't work on multiple dogs at a time. Next con is that you may have to turn away certain clients, whether they can't afford the upcharge or it just doesn't work for their schedule, your schedule, you just don't align. Maybe a salon is better suited to them. Next con is that clients may not follow you if you're moving from a salon type setting to mobile due to cost or other factors. Next con is the environmental pollution if you are running your unit off of a gas generator or if even just you driving to your client's home. Next con is mobile grooming in the winter. This is a big one for me because where I live in Canada, it gets really cold sometimes. So you're dealing with rescheduling, freezing, it's icy out, driving in not good weather. So winter mobile grooming can be a huge con. That's a big one for me. Another con is drive time. Depending where you live, there could be a lot of traffic, so you really need to plan your routes properly. Next con is difficult dogs in the way that if you don't have another person with you in your mobile, you're dealing with those difficult dogs on your own. If you're in a salon and you work with other groomers, they can maybe hold a dog for you and help get things done. But yeah, doing difficult dogs on your own, not always fun. Next con is that if you are running this mobile business all on your own, all the scheduling is on you. So yes, you get to set your own work hours when you work, but I personally find it very difficult to find time to do all the scheduling, texting back, calling back, that sort of thing. You don't have set 9 to 5 hours. People will text you at 1 in the morning. And while yes, there are some ways around this, it's another con. Next con is that many mobile units do not have bathrooms. Some do, and if you are going to use the bathroom, it is going to add to your daily tasks, having to empty it out, etc. On the no bathroom thing, you might have to stop at gas stations or you might have to go in a bucket. Moving on. Next con is temperature control based on weather. Kind of touched on this in winter. in the winter section. But on the flip side, it could get really hot, so then you're making sure you and the dogs don't overheat. And to me, that is a big con. If you work out of a salon, you're in a building, it is very well temperature controlled. In a mobile unit, while yes, you get to be outside, you're also in the elements, and you're kind of in a tin can, even if you are insulated, so it can be difficult keeping the right temperature. Next con is finding parking, especially if your client lives in an apartment building or you have to go downtown. Paying for parking, yeah, just parking in general. It's a good one. Another con, I guess this could go along with the winter section, is getting stuck in the snow. Or on the flip side of that, I got stuck in the mud once. Yeah, that's the story for another time. Next con that I have realized from personally working as a mobile pet groomer is that you arrive to people's houses and they don't always have their dog ready right away. So you are losing out on time with people wrangling their dogs at home. What this looks like is I show up, they see that it's the groomer, and the dog runs under the bed and they can't get the dog out for half an hour, potentially putting your day behind. Last con is possible safety concerns, working alone, being out in the public, and also going up to people's doors. Definite safety concerns there. Many points on both the pro and con list could be the opposite, a pro or con. But the main one that I want to point out about mobile pet grooming is the fact that you usually work alone, unless you have somebody else riding around with you all day, and that's a different topic. But for me, this is a huge pro. I am an introvert at heart. I love working alone. It's why I work with pets, and it's why I chose the mobile pet grooming business model. But it could be a con to you if you are an extrovert and you find you need to be around people all day. While yes, you get that interaction with the clients, it could be a con for you. So this concludes my quick list of pros and cons of mobile pet grooming. I'm sure I have missed some, so if I have and there's some that you can think of, please leave them down in the comments below so we can help inform others and they can make a decision if this is the right career path for them. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up down below and feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. Thank you for sticking around to the very end of this list. If you have, put a little dog emoji down in the comments so I know you watched it all the way through. And that is all for today, guys. I hope you found it helpful and happy grooming. Thanks. Have a great day.